GM, everyone. We're getting started here. This is There's Layers to This, the season 3 grand finale. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long. We have a lot of really cool, exciting things to go through today. So we're gonna have you settle in, get some water, find a nice comfy seat. We've got some artist opportunities we want to share. I got some performances in New York I'm gonna share. We've got a grant that we got approved that we're gonna share about. We got some giveaways. We're gonna give away some CKBTC. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's Bitcoin on chain key. It's just basically like Bitcoin, right? So we're gonna do that. We also have a Pudgy Penguins giveaway we're doing. I'm doing an NFT giveaway for some of my art. Um, God, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And we have a really cool project, like a multi-year project that we're going to announce the beginning of. And we have Miss JJ Love here to share about that. We're going to do that in the back half because there's a lot to share there. But yeah, so thank you for being here. I'm Creatress. As I said, there's layers to this. This show is about Web3, art, and tech and toads, right? So if you don't know, toads, the cryptodes, one in particular, Lorenzo, as we lovingly call him, is our mascot for the show. And we can do that without even owning that NFT because why? Because cryptodes or CCO, for anyone who doesn't know, that means it's public domain artwork available for anyone to use however they want. So we've got some merch with Lorenzo on it that we're gonna start releasing out to the public soon. We've got some merch that we're gonna actually give away in New York that we designed. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's a lot. There's a lot. So if you haven't met me, I'm a 3D artist. I'm a VR performance artist. I'm really a multidisciplinary artist, and I also love creating content with community and doing fun stuff that's not just like your typical someone's yelling and fudding Twitter space, which is the majority of what we get these days, to be honest. So this is a little different. We are talking about space. We are talking about what's going on. But we're doing it in a fun way, I'd say. So with that, Valerie, my co-host, please do your intro, and we'll kick it off from there.
Hello. Yes. This is exciting. Season finale, season 3. Wow. The time. Where has the time gone? And this is a good show. Like we mentioned before, lots of stuff happening. But yes. Hello, everyone. If you don't know who I am Valerie, aka V Dizzle. I started in the space back in May of 2021. I found out about NFTs through Gary V. He was releasing an NFT collection on Ethereum called VeeFriends, and I couldn't afford Ethereum at the time. One ETH was over 4,000. Here I was, a student in a master's program. I was practicing surgery and doing rehabilitation with athletes. And so here I was discovering about NFTs. I entered into a giveaway and I won. I won my very first NFT and it was sent to me directly from Gary Vee. And I had offers on my NFT of $120,000. I didn't sell, but it's okay. I was introduced to an awesome community, got to go to VCon, and it's just provided me a lot of different opportunities and network. And so here I am still. I've got a community that I started here in San Diego called San Diego NFT Friends. And we meet once a month. We usually have panel discussions and we usually have free drinks and food. It's a good time. And then I also have a Web3 event planning and management company called Red Rug Edutainment. We've done events at the NBA, in Miami Art Basel, at VCon, up in LA, all over. And so, yeah, we're going to be in New York again coming up. We're gonna talk about it, NFT NYC week. And we're super excited to share this stuff with you. But yeah, we've got an agenda. So what's next? Should we go around the stage and should we introduce JJ? Okay, JJ, welcome to the stage. I know we've got a lot to talk about, but we would love to hear your intro.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here, let me go ahead and turn my cam on too, right? Forget I got this nifty thing. Okay. So, hey everybody, I'm JJ Love. I do event production, really storytelling at all levels. So, it turns into events, TV, fashion, all kinds of expressions. So, yeah, we're working on some really fun stuff for the artist community. Been in NFTs since probably January 2021, and it's been a wild ride. So, definitely excited to be here and to hear all of the cool stuff that you guys are cooking up.
Awesome. No, thank you for the intro. Yeah, we it's not just me and Creatress cooking things up. JJ has been cooking for years actually with Holotopia that we'll get into. And we've been having an awesome meeting with JJ, and she's, man, there's devs out there who are giga brains, but JJ is one of those giga brains as well. She's got a big imagination, a big heart, and just really wants to do amazing things with everyone. So I'm excited to get into that a little later. I want to say hello. I see you, Issa, authored Hard Arts, and Isabel Garcia down there. Thank you so much for attending. We appreciate you guys. Um, Creatress, what is next?
Yes. Well, first of all, as we kick off, I want to also give a shout out to our co-host Tyler, who can't be here today, but his son just graduated from one cohort, moving up to another cool cohort. So just want to give him a shout out because I know he's doing that, and it's a big day for his son. So shout out to Mr. Tyler. He wishes he could be there today. And actually, yes, we'll get into the Web3 news. And the first Web3 news I wanted to share is actually to do with Tyler. So let me pull that up. So wanted to announce that Tyler and Super Tight Woody, who is an artist in the space, they have a proposal to get funding for an animated series based on or inspired by the Cryptodes and the Nouns, and they want this to be a series that teaches kids about financial literacy. Uh, it's called Toad's World with Guppy and Lorenzo. So, as you have heard, Lorenzo is what we call our mascot, right? The Cryptoad, the orange guy, right? And so this is like a spin-off now. Now he's come up with a whole show called Toad's World, and it's Guppy, this new character that Woody created, and is like using this augmented reality motion capture camera. So he moves his face and the character moves its face. It's like a 3D rig that they created. So it's that, and that thing is going to be talking to kids about, different financial things, including crypto. So shout out to them. I hope they're able to get the support they need. I know Cryptodes, I believe, is a community kind of like Nouns where you can send in proposals and they'll fund them with their community treasury. So if you have a Cryptode, look into that. I don't have one at this point, but we love the Cryptodes and we appreciate that they're CCO, so we can use them. That's the first thing that we had on the agenda. What do you think about that, Val?
No, that's exciting. I checked out their episode. They have like a pilot episode that was attached to their grant. And it was so good. It was very much on brand, on character for Tyler and Woody. And it was fun. I could see many kids like, learning about, crypto and the ecosystem. And I could see parents want like having this on for their kids, and I think what they're doing is so great. Just educating the youth about like, finance, and the opportunities that are here, and the terminology. So I love what they're doing. I'm sending so much luck to Tyler and Woody. Hoping this gets passed, and just, yeah, all the positive good things. And we're excited always for everything that they do we support the Cryptodes and, you know, the Nouns and everything, what they do over there. They're good people. So yeah, happy for them. Excited to see what they come up with.
Yes, yes. Always want to support our friends in their endeavors. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Looks like their proposal is for 13 ETH, which is about 50,000, to do 4 months of weekly Toad videos, 1 to 2 minutes each. They'll have a paid marketing budget, music, because Woody's a music producer. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. Let's see, moving on to the next bit of news. One Love DAO is having an exhibition at the Canvas Global Gallery. I'm going to go ahead and pin this up here just for a sec so you can take a look. I have an artwork showing there. It is called One Love Energy, and it's a 3D sculpture that I made specifically for this exhibition, which is centered around the theme of one love and just love, right? So I'm really excited. This is a timed edition on holograph. So you can actually, it's a multi-chain edition. So if you haven't heard, holograph is an omni-chain tokenization platform where you can go mint your work and then deploy it to different blockchains. So you can give your collectors a choice of where they want to collect your work on. And as you know, gas fees come into play when you're collecting stuff, right? It's more expensive to do it on, ETH than it is on, I don't know, Base, for example. And so they have all of those things. So yes, I have my open edition going to be showing there in New York on April 1st. And yeah, the open edition is already live. I'm trying to find the link, actual mint link for you. I will tweet it when I have it. But yeah, super excited, super grateful to be part of One Love DAO, and yeah, to be included in that exhibition. I know there will be other artists. I think up to 100 artists are being included in this. So congratulations to everybody. And yeah, what do you think about that?
Yes, congratulations, creatress. It's always so wonderful to see when your stuff is out there. I know it's tough. It's tough even in, you know, IRL when artists are, you know, on their street trying to sell their art, trying to get their art exposed. And it's not that much easier here in Web3 from what I've seen, you know, just that as a collector and as an observer of, you know, all these performers and artists. And so, you know, I'm always celebrating your endeavors as well, creators, for everything that you do. And I truly enjoy the work and the medium that you use. I think it's just so awesome how you're just showing people another angle of the tech and how it can be interpreted and seen. And I just think that message, one love, is perfect for that. You know, it's what we're trying to do here in Web3. And you know, my motto here is we learn together, we prosper together. And so just I'm here for it. So congratulations, and yes, congratulations to all of the other artists that are a part of it.
Thank you, Val. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm stoked. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to this event because it's on April 1st. And I'm planning on getting it there April 2nd.
Are you sure you're not April Foolsing us? Are you saying April Fools?
No, it's really happening, but I just don't know if I'm gonna make it there on the 1st. Because y'all, New York, let's talk about New York for just a second, because we have a whole segment on it. But it's a long week, guys. Like, there's events happening April 1st, and there's events happening like April 7th. So, whew, it's hard to know when to get there. Is all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, we got some comments I'm showing on the stream. Okay, I think it's time for a quick reset. So, thanks everybody for joining us. There's layers to this season 3 grand finale. We got a bunch of giveaways, including some Pudgy Penguin plushies, like physicals. We're not talking NFTs here. Physical plushies from the Pudgy Penguins. We have got an NFT that I am also giving away from my Tesla's collection. It'll be a 3D NFT. And there's something else. We are kicking off our giveaway for $100 worth of KCBTC, which is BTC on
CK.
CKBTC, sorry. Trainky BTC. Yes.
Also, quickly, can you make me co-host?
Yes.
Okay.
You should have gotten an invite. You got an invite, but I'll cancel it and send it again.
Okay, yeah, it didn't pop up. Like, I saw it pop up and I accepted it, and I don't know what happened. All right, here we go. We'll try again. Okay.
Awesome. So if you're listening, please give this a like and a retweet or share a comment. Let us know how you're doing in the comments. You can show your art if you want in the comments. We welcome it. Maybe we'll even talk about it. I don't know. I also want to say shout out to everybody who's watching on X. We are on a Twitter space, X space, but we are also live streaming to LinkedIn, YouTube, and also to X on my account and also through Valerie's account. So it looks like here we've got 94 views so far. I don't know if that's 94 people watching right this moment, but either way, I just want to give y'all a shout out who are seeing the visual stream. Thanks for being here. Shout out to Denver Donkey who commented on it. He seems to like my bell. So there we go. Next up on our agenda, let's see. I've had one more thing. Oh, Secret Creatures performance on 4/2 and 4/4. Okay, so if you're going to be in New York, I knew there was a reason us talking about New York. So if you're going to be in New York, I have a performance on the 2nd, which is the Tuesday. I have a performance on the 3rd and on the 4th so far. So there are 3 different opportunities for you to come watch me perform in New York. The one on the 4th, sorry, the one on the 3rd I just tweeted about earlier, and it's got the time. I believe it's 5:30 if I'm not mistaken. So yes, I will put out a tweet specifically with a graphic so you can see exactly what time you can catch me. But I just want to put it out there. There's 3 different opportunities to see me at this point, so you got no excuses, y'all. Don't miss it. And let's see. The last thing we were going to talk about for the Web3 news is the OniForce event in Los Angeles. So I will send the mic over to Val for this one.
Yeah, all right. Well, I will be at some of those secret performances, so I'm excited for that. So I will keep a lookout for the details as well. But yes, also super excited. If you are following Ordinals, you have probably seen OniForce. Getting a lot of hype. OniForce has a collection on Ethereum. They were the very first anime-based art on Ethereum. And they were also the creator of the allow list. So everyone uses pre-sale, allow list, whitelist, and they were the very first to do that here in Web3 on Ethereum. And so here they are. They're going to do a second collection now. It's on Ordinals called The Fallen. This is supposed to be their villains collection that goes along with their lore. So really exciting. I minted, or I should say, I inscribed my very first ordinal early this morning at 5:30 a.m. I don't know. I was so excited. I woke up early and I was like, I got it inscribed. I got it inscribed right now. So I did a lot, guys. Just earlier last week, or later last week, I should say, I also streamed how to get Bitcoin, how to unwrap ETH, and then turn ETH into Bitcoin. That was my first time. That was a pretty smooth experience. I've seen what it looked like even just last year to this year. Guys, these developers are making this so much smoother. They're improving the tech where it's just literally one click and it's doing all the different swaps behind the scenes. Like before, like it looked like you have to swap to USDC coin. Now it does that in the back. Like you don't have to deal with that. It just is one platform, one click, and you got Bitcoin. And it didn't even take that long. It took I would say maybe 10 minutes. I mean, I was worried. I had heard stories about taking hours to get Bitcoin. So I was happy with it. And I inscribed last night. I don't know what OniForce Fallen I've gotten yet. So I will be happy to share what I get when it does reveal. But yeah, to celebrate their mint and this new collection, OniForce is going to have an event during NFTLA Community Week, which is literally next week, Monday the 25th through Friday the 29th. And so I unfortunately can't share details on the exact day yet. I thought I would have the details by now, but the team is swamped. Like, they are doing this event on top of handling all of like the support tickets that are in their Discord of people who are new getting Bitcoin, like me, new to ordinals. And so they're focusing on that customer service. So I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them. I will let them do that thing. That's awesome that they have support for the community like that. So, but what I can share is also about this mint. If you're looking to get in, if you have an OniForce, you're on the allow list. So they've extended their pre-sale until March 25th, and then the public mint is going to be on March 29th. So that is actually going to correlate with their NFTLA Community Week. And so they'll share more about the details of the event. And then also, what else? What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So that's OniForce right there. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, Creatress, what do you think about this mint and OniForce?
Oh, I think it sounds cool. I wish I had the funds in my collector's wallet to get this, but I'm excited that you and Keegan got one. So I'll be watching vicariously and just seeing how that goes. I'm sure it's gonna go great. You guys are gonna be able to flip that if you feel like it, or just hold a grail for I don't know.
I mean, I ain't mad. I have already said, like, I've told, it's so funny you mentioned Keegan. Keegan last night was like literally trying to even sell like some of his stuff just to get some WETH, because he was like, I need to mint too. He got 2 spots. I only have 1. But it's, yeah, I'm not mad. I've already said, like, look, if this ordinal goes high enough that I can pay off my student debt, I'm going to sell. And I'm not mad at people who need to sell for different reasons, or, take some profits. Like, it is what it is. But eventually, like, I'm going to come back. I'm a collector. So it's like, I'll take care of my bills first, because that's important. You got to take care of yourself so you can stay in this ecosystem. It's not cheap. It's not always cheap. So, bills got to be paid. You got to make some money, and then you come back, and then you're able to collect as a true art. You pick the one. You may not even mint the one that you like to begin with. So it's kind of fun too to go back on the secondary market and choose traits that really resonate with you, that you hold as your grail. So yeah. Hopefully this ordinal gods, can you please make this high enough so I can pay off my student debt? Thank you.
We hit the bell, so hopefully it works. Yeah, what's so funny, this is kind of a side note, not on the agenda, but I was actually considering making some art specifically about student loans. Like, in my mind, I was thinking like Sisyphus, I think that's his name. It's the Greek legend where it's that person like pushing that big boulder up the hill. And I was thinking of putting myself there, like, as it, like, just to visualize how it feels to pay back your student loans. And I'm like, hey, maybe I could make some money to pay those off one day, because I feel like other people might relate to that. I don't know. Anyway, side note. Okay. That's it for our Web3 news segment, actually. Thanks for joining us. Now we're moving on to the second segment of our show, which is the guests segment. So I'm going to send a request to our first guest to come up. We've got Mr. Tony, the CEO of RAD, who's going to tell us a little bit about RAD, who is actually the first, I guess, our first streaming partnership for There's Layers to This. We now have 3 of our episodes there, including one episode with one of our listeners here, Mr. Hard Art. He came on the podcast in Denver, and so we have the episode where he is on. We have an episode where we have Maximilian, Adabody, Woman, Days Nick from Nice Industries. Like, it's getting hot over there, so it was long overdue for us to have Tony on the show, and have him introduce himself. So, Tony, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. How's it going? I feel like I see JJ in here and Creatress. It's like the rad party in New York. We're all back. We're all back together. So sad I will not be at NFT NYC this year. But yeah, to your point, it's 7 days long, and so are all the other conferences. So which one do you join?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's not just me. It's not just me. Even Denver also was like a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you got South by, and, it's like I went to CES and I was in LA, and yeah, it's just got to pick the battles, I guess. But appreciate you having us on, and we're excited to be working together with some content. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm stoked. And so to give anybody who's not familiar context, JJ Love worked with Tony and the Rad team on producing an event in New York that I performed at. I don't know, JJ, Tony, do you guys want to say a little bit more about that before we talk about the new stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, JJ was incredible in helping us get that dialed in, and the party was amazing, and rented out the whole club and shut it down, and it got messy there towards the end. So it was a lot of fun. Good messy, I will say. So JJ knows how to throw good parties. And amazing performance by Creatress, of course. But yeah, that was really kind of like us really leaning into Web3 from a video perspective. And my background a little bit, I've been in crypto and Bitcoin since 2012, so this is not like a hype moment where we were like, ooh, NFTs are cool, let's jump into that. That's like, no, like we were writing our own smart contracts for content in like 2017, before NFTs were even a standard. So we've been very excited about this technology for more than a decade now. And Cam is on here from the Rad account as well, and he's in the same boat. We've been very excited about all the different things that you could do, everything from finance to media to DeFi to flipping meme coins and NFTs. And so I think really what we settled on as a platform is, how can you use smart contracts in a real way and use it to help artists and creators, right? So the real value, and why we started playing around with it in 2017, was because we had a bunch of paper contracts that we were signing with real studios. So we had deals with Disney and Fox and ABC, and we did a live stream of the Oscars on the red carpet in VR. Like we were signing all of these paper contracts, and every single one of them, mostly 75-80% of it, even more, was just boilerplate, same thing over and over again. And then you had these little windows of time that would say, this is how much these people should be getting paid and when. That's it. Sometimes you'd say this can't be shown outside the United States or whatever, but for the most part, all the contracts were the same. But if you're managing a folder with hundreds of PDFs in it, and they all have different start and end dates, and they all have different revenue shares, and it becomes a legal nightmare very quickly. And you have to employ literally a team of lawyers and accountants to keep track of it for you. So we said, well, you could do all of this with smart contracts, and we built a custom version of smart contracts in 2017 to specifically pay people out without having to talk to us. And we brought that to all of our content partners like ABC and Viacom and Disney, et cetera. And they were like, this is incredible. We don't even have a streaming platform yet. Disney Plus didn't exist, and Paramount Plus didn't exist, and like Netflix did, but there was no streaming war yet. So we were just way ahead of the curve, and nobody was there yet. But we were excited about it. So we kind of kept that technology on the back burner. And as the ecosystem started to mature, what we saw was that people were flipping JPEGs, which is fine. I've owned, apes and stoner cats and, a bunch of different things. But it's really more of like, okay, well, what can we do that plays to our strength as a platform, as a video streaming platform? And of course, like everybody was playing around with NFTs and there was a lot of excitement there, but there was no tools for video. And uploading and transcoding video, preparing it with adaptive bitrate streaming, making it available globally on a highly available content delivery network. It's not a JPEG on IPFS. It's like, how do you navigate 3G, 4G, 5G cell networks? How do you deliver 4K to a smart TV? How do you, have Dash compliant and HLS compliant manifests? It's like a much more complex process to ingest a video and prepare it, and then also leverage smart contracts to deliver it and get people paid. So that's essentially what we did. And we launched the creators platform. It takes a lot of work to build all of those things, as you can imagine. But we recently launched the creators platform and opened it up to anybody so they can come in and upload video, set title, description, categories, metadata, etc. Add wallets to the royalty payouts. So you can put an arbitrary number of wallets. You can put one payout. You can put 10 payouts. Doesn't matter. Everybody on this call could upload this call and get paid out. So, but essentially that allows for immediate peer-to-peer payments. There's no accounting that we have to do. And it happens instantly or almost instantly. On the flip side of that, we can do things with gating, which obviously everybody's seen. If you can take an NFT and gate access to something, we can do that with somebody buying an open edition of a piece of video. So we can do that with entitlements, where if a creator makes a piece of content available for sale, we can then, on the consumer side, gate access to that within the same smart contract. So if you buy that piece of content or buy access to that piece of content or that library of content or eventually that live stream, then we can check your wallet, make sure that you should be able to access it. And so, from a financial and a legal perspective, it actually makes things a lot more transparent, removes all of the kind of moving pieces out of our hands and directly into the creators and the fans' hands. But we can take care of, as a platform, all of the hard shit, which is, how do you get this on Android TV and have it work? How do you get it on Apple TV? How do you get it on mobile devices? How do you get it to, stream video in difficult network environments? How do you, we track everything on chain, but we do like failovers back to a centralized database. So we like to call it kind of Web 2.5. It's like Coinbase, right? You log into Coinbase with a username and password, and if something gets messed up inside Coinbase, you can at least have somebody to email or call. We have a similar type of scenario, like if Ethereum isn't working properly, or any blockchain in the future that we integrate goes down for any reason, or it's slow, we can front run it with our own copy of it in our own database. We cache metadata, we cache thumbnails, we cache all the things that we need to cache to make it highly available, high performance. Because when you hit play on a video, you want it to play right then. It's not like a JPEG loading on a website. If you're watching a video on an Android TV or an Apple TV or whatever it is, and you hit play, you want it to play. So we have to make sure that that's the energy that we're bringing to Web3. Is it has to feel natural and usable to people today, and ultimately on the consumer side it has to work, and on the creator side it has to work. So anyway, that's a little bit of an overview of how we got here and what the jump off at the rad party was in New York, but ultimately kind of where we are today. And we're excited to be working with Creatress and a bunch of creators now as a result. So that's us.
I just wanted to say hello, Tony. No, this has been great. So Creatress introduced rad to me too, you know, since you know, I'm working here with the There's Layers to This, and we met with Cameron, and after our call with Cameron, we immediately just instantly started a channel on Rad TV. It was pretty easy to set up the profile, and it was pretty streamlined. Like the user experience is pretty similar to any other like platform you're used to, right? Creating an account, uploading something. You know, you do have that. We did see the option of like, oh, you know, paying out, you know, different wallets and token gating. It's super easy what you guys have done over there. It's really easy on the eyes too. It's not overwhelming, which is really nice. And just kind of the way you guys have like different sections within Rad TV you can go check out. So you can go look at like, you know, user content. You can go look at what's on demand. You can go look at like live TV. We were like, for a second there, we were watching Bob Ross. There was like Bob Ross stream going on. We loved it. It was just like, oh man, some of the content you guys have up there is pretty cool with the creators that you're working with. And you know, I think it's rad. You guys are using yeah, the technology with that. And so yeah, congrats on everything that you guys are building and continuing to build out. I've heard there was an announcement, I think just couple days ago, if not, about you guys partnered with someone pretty big. I don't know if you want to announce that and talk about that real quick.
Yeah. We are going through the kind of final blessing on the it's been with the contract assigned, and the press release is blessed, but Sony they always wait until the very last edit to give their final sign off. So we expect this to go live in the next couple of days, potentially Thursday morning. We were shooting for Monday, but it's kind of already blessed, so I can talk about it here. But yeah, I mean, essentially, Sony's actually an investor in the company. So not a huge investor, but not a small investor. And so we have a really good partnership with Sony Bravia televisions, Sony PlayStation, Sony Pictures, and we actually originally kind of came from more of a Web 2 kind of platform moving into Web 3. So when you think about how are we on Android TVs already, and how do we have all this content already, this is how, right? But at any rate, with the Sony thing, we signed a partnership with them because they were very interested in how can they start to show innovation on their devices and really access a new community of creators for their devices. And they saw what Samsung did on the kind of art frame TVs, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's basically you can turn your TV into art mode, and it's pretty straightforward. But it's also a little bit of a lockdown platform, and it's not like you can just go to a website and self-manage and upload everything and it just shows up there. So what we did with Sony is we basically enabled the Rad app to be able to, of course, ingest Web3 based content, but more importantly, from a lot of the creativity that's coming out of Web3 and what you're seeing in even like AI generated video, to take that content and bring it into Bravia TVs and think about it almost more of like an art opportunity, instead of just like, here's a movie, or here's a documentary, or here's a TV show, and really look at like, what are people doing creatively? Because, if you look at what the Web3 space, the creativity and the art is just off the charts. I mean, it's like, let alone, like, set aside the technology of it, but just like the creativity that's coming out of it is insane. And so the fact that we can create a platform and a pipeline to Bravia televisions and position that as like an art opportunity, that's really where the energy came from with the partnership with Sony. So that's it. We're currently, right now, when I say this is already done, we are currently featured on Bravia televisions. And this is just like the press release going out about it. So we're currently featured on Bravia's already. That means that any Bravia television made after 2018, Rad is featured in the operating system when you turn the TV on. And the point of that is to highlight artists. So what we did inside the app is we basically made a highlight row in the home screen of the Rad app that shows artwork and features artists that are coming into the platform. So there's some free art in there that we just put in there as kind of default to show what it looks like. But we're now in the process of onboarding artists to be able to feature in partnership with Sony on all Bravia televisions. So yeah, that's it. It's out there now. Like I said, and then it's just the press release that we'll be putting out in the next day or two. So anyway, very exciting. And I think more importantly, we're trying to take this technology and showcase what people are doing creatively in this industry and bring it to people who are just getting introduced to these things for the first time. So the random consumer who has never thought about Web3 in their life, let alone like collected art on chain, they're going to see inside their television this interesting new thing. And so we're trying to use that as an opportunity to like put people on. And that's we're a distribution platform. So how many great artists can we work with and highlight them? That's really the goal. So yeah, that's it. You got the alpha.
Creatress, give him the bell. Do some dings. We need a ding for that.
Wait, did you hear the bell just now? Because it made a really crazy sound on my end.
No, I didn't even hear it.
No.
Okay, hang on. Let me try again. There you go.
Okay.
Well, Tony, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming and sharing, and I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. I just uploaded my first video on there on my Creatress channel. Y'all,
awesome.
It's a lot. I'm like handling Creatress channel, handling there's layers to this. So bear with me, but we're going to get some stuff up there. And yeah, I'm stoked. Artists, if you're listening and you're like, hey, I could use some more eyes on my stuff, and you have any questions, hit up Rad.
Yeah.
They can answer all your questions and get you on board.
And there's a couple things to this, and I think as just like a little bit of added context, and then I'll stop. But we are trying to. It's a fairly new platform, so there's some challenges in what we're trying to do in packaging up video and like also leveraging Web3. So this is I would still consider it beta. We are growing the platform with creators. So if you are trying to push something into the platform, please, and you see something that you want, if you see a feature that you want or something that is kind of off or whatever, it's a ball of clay, and we're working with you to make that better. So please let us know if if you have any comments or uploads or whatever, and you want it to tweak or you want new things added. We are listening 100%. We're also we're featuring people as much as we possibly can right now. So as people are coming in, we're trying to highlight new artists, new creators, people trying to break the mold in terms of what they're doing with their content. And so we're spending a lot of energy adding people into newsletters and tweets and supporting people in that way. And the other piece of this too, and I'll mention, is that you can monetize from day one. So a lot of what we're seeing, especially in like the AI space, like people are creating new channels on like a YouTube or, and that they have 0 subscribers. And so it's kind of harder for them to monetize day one. And basically what we're saying is like, you can come in and put something on Ethereum and mint it out there and sell it to your first few fans day one, and have us work to feature you and have us listening to you directly as a creator if you want new features in the platform. So anyway, we're trying to be very accommodating to new requests. We're trying to feature as much as we possibly can and trying to enable as much monetization and attention for people day one. So that's kind of how we're thinking about things going forward. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys having us on, and just wanted to make sure I dropped that in there too.
Appreciate that. No, that's great to know. Sorry, Val.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say that's exciting what you guys are doing, and I love that. That's how you guys are standing out. You guys are different than YouTube. It's like, all right, you gotta have a certain amount of subscribers in order to even get monetization, and is it even enough, right? You gotta be big, I think, in order to make some money there. But I think what you guys are doing, putting the power back to the creator, giving them, more accessibility to stuff like that, I think is awesome. And also too, not just the the people who create content, but also like the artists, right? With the frames you got going on with the TV. I mean, I looked into that myself, like just like getting those frames for the TV. I think it's cool. You get to hide your TV on the wall and make it actually look like a piece of art, with this the screensaver, I guess you could say, on the TV. And I think it's cool that you guys are giving the opportunity to these artists who are here in the tech, and also the ability to sell their art. And that's the goal for, I think, most artists, is to have people become collectors and become fans. And so I think you guys are doing it the right way. Congratulations on that partnership, and we're super excited to be part of Rad TV ourselves. We've got our channel, there's layers to this, already on Rad TV platform. Please go check them out. Please check out the content we've got up there. We are going to start releasing some exclusive content just on Rad for certain specials, so keep a lookout for that. But yeah, this is some good stuff. And yeah, definitely, if anyone is interested who's listening, definitely reach out to Rad, and feel free to reach out to us too. And yeah, this is awesome.
Incredible. Thank you. Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, Tony. I appreciate you, and you're always welcome to come. If you have any cool updates to share,
oh yeah.
let us know.
Thank you. Yeah, and we'll of course keep amplifying. We love what you all are doing, and we're excited to be working together. So, more IRL stuff in the future, I'm sure, as well. So we'll have to keep that hot too.
Oh yeah, please stick around and listen to the plan that we're going to unveil
Nice.
on the last part of the show, because that has an IRL component that you guys might be
nice. Nice. Awesome.
Sweet. Well, with that, we're going to go to our next segment, which is another guest. We have two guests. First, we had Mr. Tony, as you heard, super dope. Got a lot of cool stuff going on. Our second guest is Mr. Kyle, who I'm going to have him tell you how to say his username, because I don't want to mess it up. But he's super cool too. And then after we talk to Kyle and make the announcement about what we're going to announce just now, I'm not going to spoil it. After I make this announcement with Kyle and we go through all that, then we're going to get into Miss JJ, who's our co-host today. And then we're going to talk about this multi-year plan that we're working on right now. And we're going to start off, it's going to have phases, right? The first phase is going to be virtual, but it's going to culminate in like something really big at the end of the project. And I don't want to say too much. That's all I'll say for now. So stick around. There's going to be opportunities for artists to be part of this. There's going to be opportunities for companies, brands to be part of this. Everybody's involved. So stick around for that. All right. So with that, I'm going to go to Mr. Kyle.
All right. So thank you all for having me here. I really appreciate it. I am the frog in the PFP or on the screen. And I don't think it shows like the name below there, but I'm Kyle, or StoffX Cap. I'm fully doxxed, so if you want my last name, it's Stofflet. But I'm the founder of The Swap. And yeah, basically, like I have a media company, which is The Swap, and we're doing a lot with gaming and metaverse stuff. But as far as like the name goes, it's kind of like a reference to like the show Billions with Bobby Axelrod and stuff. I just kept it like, so I put it like a mix of my last name and then into Axe Cap. And yeah, so I don't even watch the show anymore. I loved it for like the first couple seasons, and then it like threw me off guard. So but yeah, so what did you want me to kind of go over right away? As I know you have stuff that you want to announce, so I don't want to actually like overstep or slip up.
Okay, that's cool. No. This is good that you're asking, I guess. Okay, so I guess we're gonna cue up a drum roll here in a sec. But before we do that, I think that's hilarious that your username is based on a show, because that is very much the type of thing that I would do. I'm really into TV. I don't know if you guys know this. Rad. This all really comes together and makes a lot of sense. I like Rad TV. I'm really into TV shows, y'all. I don't think we talk about that enough on this show. But I gotta just give a shout out to my favorite shows over here before we get off. Westworld and let's see, Westworld. That's it. That's it for now. We'll do shout out to Westworld. I really like that one.
Game of Thrones here. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. Thank you. It's coming back to me now. Okay, we won't go into shows, otherwise we'll never get out. But I do really like shows, so I appreciate. I've never seen Billions actually. I've seen it on the screen, and I'm always like, I don't know if I would like that or not. But now that you've mentioned it, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one I'll pick up eventually. Again, like I like watch like the first 3 seasons, but I got to get back into it, kind of. So, but yeah, if you want, I can kind of go into like IC and kind of like give like a layout of that if that's where you wanted me to go.
Well,
should we do the announcement first, and then we'll go into IC?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, everybody hold on to your chownies. We're about to make a cool announcement.
Big drum roll. Let's see. Where's this drum roll? Wait. Did you do a drum roll? Because I didn't hear.
I did do it, but it's okay. Now we've had lots of drum roll.
Okay.
And the announcement is the award goes to There's Layers to This grant from ICP Ecosystem, thanks to Dfinity. The winner is us, all of us here listening, because we're going to do some really cool stuff with that.
Yes. So the big announcement is Creatress and I have worked really hard alongside Kyle, who has been a huge part of our process and getting the grant approved for $15,000. We've been granted to do an activation for a platform called Internet Computer Protocol, ICP for short. They also part of Dfinity, which Kyle is going to break down for us, go into. But because of them, ICP is doing amazing stuff. They've got awesome grants over there. They've got grants for devs, content creators, educators, and event planners. So definitely stick around, listen to what this is all about, because we want to share this opportunity with you guys as well. Like, we are so excited that we've been able to receive this grant, and we're going to do some fun stuff in New York that we're going to share with you guys. But we definitely think it's important to also give you guys education about what ICP is, what they're doing, what makes it cool, why even build on their ecosystem. And so Kyle is the expert in our eyes. I know he says he's not like the tech guy, but when you listen to him, you'll see why we're like, okay, he's an expert in our eyes. And he's also gotten some grants approved on his end, not once, not twice, I think even 3 times and more. So like he's the guru here of ICP grants. So Kyle, take it away, whatever you want to start with, how you want to educate, what is ICP and beyond. So stage is all yours.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, as you mentioned, I've had 3 grants from Dfinity. We're going through like a couple more right now. So we've had over 65K in grants so far, and potentially more. And it's kind of like depending on what you're applying for too. So developer grants can range from like 5,000 all the way up to 100,000, and in some cases, like if you're a really special team, like beyond that. So like there's potential for that depending on like what dApps or infrastructure or tooling. But I mostly go through the community grants. So I've had 2 content grants, and we've had 1 developer grant for doing the Swap News app. So we'll have like a news source coming out, which will be mobile friendly and web friendly. So for instance, if like people are interested in applying for grants, you can approach me. I'll help introduce you to some hubs, which I did to Val and Creatress here. So the hubs is a great initiative because like pretty much it's like a regional hub throughout the world. So there's like, I think 25 right now, and they're expanding to more. But these grants will basically be like your front facing, like team that you connect with that is like doing stuff with like universities, onboarding developers, giving them free like developing courses. So like there's a thing for like learning Motoko, which is the native language on ICP. So there's like boot camps for that, or even like JavaScript or like Azle, TypeScript, Kybra, all that. So they do a bunch of free courses, and they started to get into universities. These would be the people that you would want to interact with. So if you're looking to get in touch with a hub leader, just hit me up. I can connect that and kind of go from there. So community grants, as you mentioned, it could be like education, it could be content, it could be even hosting events. So what you're doing in New York, which I'll be there as well, is going to be a great initiative. So like we can energize the ecosystem and kind of show, you know, what's really special about the IC Tech. So I'll go into that now. So Internet Computer Protocol is a layer 1. And basically, like if you're looking at what you can do with ICP, it's like a decentralized cloud. So it's not your Amazon Web Services or you know, IPFS that people use. It's actually its own like blockchain. Like it's 100% its own servers. And so what makes the ICP pretty unique is the fact that like we have a reverse gas model. So like developers would pay a gas, but the users don't. So if I wanted to send like 100,000 NFTs as a developer, I would eat that cost like a little bit, but it would be very minuscule. And any user that wanted to transfer that NFT would never pay a gas on the network. It would be consumed by the reverse gas model, which canisters are like a smart contract on ICP, and they're just a lot more advanced than your typical smart contract. So we power ICP through canisters, and like even dApps are like full stack dApps that are built in canisters, and they interact to each other. So it's a lot more complex than like your typical smart contract. And so those canisters are basically like batteries. So with these like batteries, you're filling up a canister, which is you would convert ICP into cycles, which fills the canister, and that would be your power life right there. So like you could, as a creator, you could build a website for like $2 to $3 from filling up a canister with cycles, and that could last you like 3 to 5 years. It could be even beyond that if you know, like it doesn't have like as much traffic as like a, you know, like a Twitter, right? Like Twitter would have a ton of traffic each day. So like a personal blog could, you know, cost you $2 to $3, maybe even a little bit more if you wanted, to run for several years. And so I'm sure many of you, if you had your own personal blog, you've spent like $12 a month or $20 a month for that, like the, you know, the URL or just to host the site in general. And this would be something that's like a base level, like infrastructure for IC. You'd be able to spin up a canister, which is a smart contract, which is a website, or a dApp, which could be your website for the next, you know, 5 years for $3. So it's pretty powerful in that. And then you also have the storage capability of ICP. So it costs about $5 a gigabyte to store on chain. So everything for the most part is on chain on IC. So it'd be $5 a gigabyte stored on chain per year, give or take, depending on volume and like data consumption and all that. And then another thing that's important to note with IC is that it's, as I mentioned, kind of like fully on chain. So that means like all of our DAOs actually are on chain as well. So when you want to stake your ICP in the NNS, which is the network nervous system, you would from there vote on governance with your staked ICP in a neuron. Again, terminology, neuron is a little complex, but basically you're owning your share to vote on ICP governance, and you would get rewarded for it. And when you adopt a proposal, like the proposal right then is already coded out. So basically, you would fire that proposal through to the network, and it would update immediately. So if that got rejected, it doesn't go through. If it's adopted, it's pushed right away. Therefore, you don't have to export funds out of a DAO treasury, pay a group, and then wait for the work to be done over months or a year or whatever. It'd be immediate. So that's pretty unique. It's a really powerful thing, and we don't really see it other places. Like IC is really revolutionary in the sense that like we're heading towards like this cool tech phase, and with the integration of like Chainkey, we're starting to see, we already like integrated with Chainkey Bitcoin. So we have Chainkey Bitcoin and we have Chainkey Ethereum, and we're soon going to have Chainkey Solana. So this allows us to interact with these blockchains on ICP. So if I wanted to purchase ordinals, I could do so on ICP. So like later on, we'll have like DeFi and all this kind of come over. So it gets really like cool with like, I could start, you know, collecting payments from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all these different things while using one blockchain and exchange it to the native Bitcoin or native Ethereum and so on. And I think it's just a powerful tool for people, but I'll stop rambling on. I see your hands up.
No, this is great. I really appreciate you going through this, and I know not a lot of people know about it, so this is a great learning experience. I just wanted to say, you know, like you were saying, like about the CK, BTC, and the ETH, and all those other tokens that you can transact with on IC. The way that I'm thinking of it is kind of like if you had wrapped ETH or if you had base ETH, right? So you for most of us have already, I think, transacted on Base, for example, or Optimism, right? So you have your ETH on Ethereum, but you could also bridge your ETH to Optimism or to what was I just saying, right? These other layer twos, right? So is it kind of like that? Like it's still Ethereum, it's still all the same about it, or it's still your Bitcoin, but you are just having it on a different network, right?
So it's a bit more complex than like just calling it wrapped. Like in certain cases, like if we're using reserve ordinals on ICP and then we inscribe them to BTC, then they would actually become a wrapped ordinal, which wouldn't necessarily make sense with how Chainkey works, because Chainkey uses threshold signature schemes, and basically it's kind of like acting more as a digital twin than more of like a wrapped scenario. We do have a space I could connect that like we had Dfinity executives up on to kind of like plug that, because it gets complex. And like again, IC is like really technical, so I would hate for it to be like, because I'm not like the dev, I would hate for me to say something that's like kind of hinting that it's more of a wrapped, even though it's not. It's more of a digital twin. So I would say I could plug that space to where you would hear from the CTO of Dfinity, which is Jan Kamesh. So
yeah, maybe if you could just tweet it in the comments so that if anyone's interested in like the differences, because I know you know, I'm just looking at it from like a high level thing. I'm thinking of it kind of like wrapped or like based ETH or ETH on Optimism or things like that. You know, that's kind of how I'm like contextualizing it in my mind.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I was gonna just jump in here and say, no, I also agree. Like, I think that's the thing. It's like, how deep do you want to go with this tech? You know, on the surface level, I think it's super awesome. You guys have created this token so you can transact on top of the Internet Computer Protocol, right? So you have the Chainkey BTC and Chainkey Ethereum and gonna have Chainkey Sol. And so with the grant that we're gonna receive, we're gonna be getting that in ICP token, right? So like, how does that work alongside? Is there anything like, is it easy to swap like even between these coins and like, you know, going over to Bitcoin? Because one CKBTC equals one BTC. Is that correct?
yes, correct. So basically, if you were paid ICP, you would just go over to a DEX, and from there you would swap ICP into CK-ETH or CK-BTC. And if you were to do the opposite, say like you wanted to take BTC, send it over to a compatible wallet on ICP, and then turn it into CK-BTC, chain key Bitcoin, you would still pay the network fee from Bitcoin to turn it into CK-BTC. But once it's there, the most you're going to pay is for like sending it on the network is like 10 sats, which is like a fraction of a penny. And then you're going to get 2 to 5 second finality, which you wouldn't get on Bitcoin. So like the volume that Bitcoin can be traded is like millions of times higher. Like you would be able to transact it back and forth nonstop, like if you wanted. And then, yeah, I mean, just in general, like there's just a lot more that you could do with that. And we're starting to see more of like real estate come into IC, like real estate projects and all that. And like they're going to be able to make transactions with CK-BTC for like $1 million homes and all that much faster than you would see a transaction with Bitcoin. Whereas like the Bitcoin, you're kind of like waiting around for its process, right? It could even be days. And here you're getting it in seconds. So it just speeds up that natural volume. But go ahead, Creatress, I saw your hand.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you like kind of giving us the insight on that for anyone who's listening and might not, know about it. I think this is a great time to introduce our giveaway since we're talking about CK-BTC. So as part of the grant, we included a few giveaways throughout this whole activation, right? So this is the beginning of our activation. Next up, we'll be in New York in person. We'll be doing a giveaway for people that we find in person there. So here's the giveaway. I just pinned it up at the top so you can read through all the directions that are there. It's pretty easy. What you have to do is create your internet identity, your ICP internet identity, right? Which is essentially, now I don't want to get this wrong, but it's almost like your wallet / ENS, but on ICP. Okay. And we'll have Kyle chime in and say if I was totally wrong when I called it that in a minute. But essentially what you're doing, this is the call to action. You go make your ICP internet identity. It's free to make it. It takes like 30 seconds. Okay. And when you've done that, to enter the raffle, you would tweet at us. You can tweet under this tweet. You can tweet under the space if you want. It doesn't matter. As long as you use the hashtag, we'll be able to track you down and make sure you're part of the giveaway. All right. So it's right there. Tweet at us what your number is, and then use the hashtag, and that we know that you went and made one. Now, the other thing you can do, first of all, the link is in the tweet. Okay. The link is in the tweet. So all you need is right there in the tweet, how you can tweet it out, where to make your identity. And then the last thing that we're also asking, which Kyle helped us with, is there's a DApp, right? A decentralized app called Open Chat. Okay, and this DApp is built on the ICP network. Now, what this lets you do is have essentially like a hub or a place where you have a nice group chat, which is 1,000 times better than Discord and Twitter
and
chat.
Telegram. Better than
all
Telegram too. Yeah, better.
Yes. Because we can actually gift you tokens within the chat. So we're going to be doing the giveaways in chat. We should probably do at least one where it doesn't require people to go in the chat. But if you're in the chat, trust me, it's going to be nice because we can literally directly DM you tokens, any of the tokens that are on the IC network. That includes Bitcoin. Kyle literally sent me some Bitcoin earlier today just to show off how it works. And I was very happy about that. So
I was a little jealous because he only sent it to you. He didn't send it to me. So now I feel like he favors you, but it is all right. It's okay. It's okay.
We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that right now. Okay. We're on a tight schedule. Sorry, Val. I'm sorry. But yes. So all the info to do that is in the chat. So the giveaway is going to be once we hit 50 people who've entered the giveaway, we're going to give away, we're going to randomly select one of the people there, and they're going to get $100 worth of CKBTC. So there you have it. Go get it. It's open. We're not going to pick the person until we get 50 people into the raffle. And then we have other raffles. We have even more to give away, but we're a little bit at a time. Val, anything you want to add before we close up this segment?
Yeah, no, just to recap, we are giving away $100 worth of essentially Bitcoin, but this is the chain key, right? One chain key Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. So we're giving away $100. This is easy for you right here to win that. Go ahead and make your internet identity account. Like Creator said, the link is right there in the tweet right above. Just click that. And make sure you use the hashtag ICP raffle 1. This is 1 of 5. Maybe we'll do 4. We'll see. But this is one of the raffle giveaway. So you have to use that hashtag. You have to follow our direction, guys, in order to be eligible for this. And please join the open chat. We're going to have a lot of fun in there with everyone who's in there. We might be doing some different things too. This just may not be one-time kind of thing. We may do more things as maybe we apply for more grants. So we'll see. But also too, it's really good for you guys to get in there too. If you also have questions about how to get involved with ICP, maybe submit your own grant, learn more. That's just another easier place for all of us to learn together, because we can all see your questions and we'll answer them there. So definitely just want to add that. And Kyle, I don't know, do we want to go over the list of terminology we went over just real quick? Again, recap. What is a canister? What is CKBTC? What does ICP stand for? Just the basic right there.
Yeah, I'd actually like to specify more with the internet identity. So internet identity is more of your Web3 passport for IC. So the significance of signing up with that, you're going to want to back it up to another device. And you could use a security key, a security key you could get off Amazon or whatever, a YubiKey or whatever, to do that, or a biometrical face scan or whatever with your Apple or phone. Make sure you back that up and then have your seed phrase. Sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 24 words. And then with that, also remember your internet identity number. So make sure you save that. It's really important, because that is now your identity on the network. So when you sign up with an internet identity, this will be your login, and each dApp you use on ICP is going to give you a fresh wallet. So OpenChat, you'll have a wallet, so you're not connecting like a MetaMask or anything. You're just getting a free wallet when you join the network, and anything that goes to you is sent there. So let's say you got $1,000 in CKBTC tipped to you. That would be something that you could transfer out to another wallet on IC, and so on. So there's a lot of security there. And then real quick with canisters, that's your smart contract on the network. This is what could host your site or your dApp. We see social media platforms like Discover, OpenChat. OpenChat's like your Telegram. So stuff that you would see if you're going to conferences, people will say, hey, what's your Telegram, whatever. You're going to get a lot more benefits out of OpenChat, because it's fully decentralized. They have a token which you can vote on governance and so on, and you can send money freely. So like we said, we can do giveaway bots, so a prize bot, and tip individually CKBTC, CKETH, or other ecosystem tokens. The reverse gas model is another thing to kind of note. So if I wanted to make an NFT collection and send it out to everyone, if you're familiar with Ordinals and Runestone, it costs them a couple Bitcoin to send out 112,000 Runestones the other day. It would cost you essentially maybe 2 ICP to do that, to give out 112,000 NFTs. And then chain key, that's how we integrate other networks to ICP. So ICP is open interoperability out the box. So as these networks start integrating here, now users can start getting paid BTC, ETH, Solana, and all these other networks without necessarily having to go to those networks. Less friction, a lot quicker here. So ICP is much faster than Solana. Solana looks slow compared to IC. So we instantly transact it like a second, if not less. And then we have no fees. So whenever you want to sell something, whatever the DEX fee might be, that would be what you pay. You don't transact fees on ICP from sending tokens because of the reverse gas fee. So, and then one more time, ICP Hubs, make sure you check that out. If you want to get involved with grants and stuff, feel free to hit me up. If you're more of a developer, I'll hook you up with my CTO. We'll get you plugged into developer grants and kind of help out with onboarding in that. So I do more of the community side. My CTO helps with the developer side. So happy to kind of walk you through that so that you have all the tools you need to be a successful grantee. So, but yeah, I think that's good there. So appreciate your time.
Thank you, Kyle. No, really, Kyle has a special place in our heart, especially my heart. He's part of the OniForce community too. If you didn't know, if you're watching the stream, I'm repping Oni today with our logo. But Kyle's just an awesome human being, and it's just been so awesome to work with Kyle. And immediately he was just like, "Hey, I'll give you the kingdom, the key to the kingdom, and if you want, here's the opportunity." So it's just awesome to have people like that in your corner. And so, Kyle, we appreciate you and your time. Kyle is also going to be a speaker. So if you didn't get enough of Kyle, Kyle's going to be a speaker on our panel. We haven't even talked about the event we're doing in New York. Oh my gosh. But as part of our grant, we are doing a curated ICP activation. And so we have tagged along with the OniForce community. There's a member in the community. He goes by Vert, and he's throwing this awesome, really cool ordinal celebration party in New York. There's going to be digital art, free food, free drinks, and we're going to have a panel of awesome ICP representative ambassadors as Kyle himself. And it's going to be awesome to hear more about what he's doing with the Swap, his digital magazine, things he's doing in the metaverse. He himself is making really quality content. He's working with a studio. So like there's a lot more layers to Kyle than what you just heard. He gave us the educational side a little bit there, but there's a lot more layers. So Kyle, we'd even invite you back on our next Tuesday, next episode if you want. Talk a little bit more about that. We'd be happy to have you. But yes, make sure you follow Kyle. He will be speaking on the panel. Our event is going to be Thursday, April 4th from 1 to 4:30 p.m. at Pub Key. This is right next to Washington Square Park in New York. And if you want more information, we will be sure to send out those details. We'll have a flyer and everything ready for you guys to share out, save as well. But you're hearing it first. This is the official announcement here first. We will be partnering with Vert, New Friendship Tech. So shout out to Eric, shout out to Kyle, and ICP, of course. And we're gonna have an awesome event over there. We'll also be live streaming. So if you can't attend in person, we'll have the live stream as well. So awesome. Kyle, please hang out if you want. We'd love for you to hear what we're going to talk about next, because we don't just stop with the grant. We don't just stop with the ICP. We don't just stop with New York. We got big plans that we're working with JJ and Holotopia. So I'd love to introduce our next guest, JJ. JJ, how are you doing?
Hello. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm super excited about all the cool stuff that we have planned. So I'm actually tuning in from New York right now. I'm in my friend's Versace vault room.
Oh no.
We have a few different ways of making that happen without just printing out vinyl that's going to get thrown away, right? And so you'll be able to notice a lot of different things throughout the event that really take into consideration, you know, everything. Like we're really trying to think of it all. When you talk about things like NFT NYC and how there are so many events that are happening, when we first created Holotopia, it was after having gone to like NFT NYC, NFT LA, ETH Denver, Consensus, like all these different conferences and seeing the same thing happen, right? So you have a whole bunch of people that are like extremely overwhelmed. They don't know what events to go to. If they pick the wrong one, they get caught like waiting in line all night and they don't even get to really enjoy an event, right? So it can get very stressful and the cortisol levels just spike up, man. Even though you're excited, you know, it can be very stressful. And so we're looking to lower those cortisol levels, create an experience that is, you know, so fulfilling and it doesn't have the stress layered throughout that kind of, you know, can you know, it kind of messes with your vibe, right? And the other thing that we're doing is asking people to come together and collaborate so that they're all coming together with their budgets to make one big, incredible event, as opposed to all these little small parties that are just like one offs, right? Because most of the time, you don't even end up getting real value from that unless you have an incredible camera crew that is capturing content for you and they have like a shot list where they're specified as to what to get. There's many times that people throw these parties and a bunch of people show up and they don't even know whose party they were at, right? So we want to take all these things into consideration with the event. We want to bring in people that would, you know, normally be thinking, hey, we're going to do this on our own. Like, you know, in the lane of sustainability, like let's collaborate and then imagine what we can do when we pool our resources together instead of having them spread out all over the place. And then we've got people that are trying to like Uber from here to there and all over the place. And you know, it kind of it gets very yeah, it is very stressful. So we want to eliminate that, create an experience that just is a one-stop shop. You know, you can come and you can get a little bit of everything. You'll have places to network. We'll have a zero waste refreshment area where you can go and hang out in the fire lounge and eat and, you know, get refueled, revitalized, and renewed, like what fire can do for us, right? So, um, yeah, oh my gosh, I know I've said a lot, you guys. So let me just ask, does anybody have questions or want to kind of add some input in here?
I will just go. I mean, I'm always blown away. I mean, it's so awesome to hear this another time around because, guys, Creatress and I have already heard a little bit of what, JJ's, thinking of. And so, really, I just love the show that we have today on There's Layers to This because, really, it's the collab, right? We've brought in Rad, where it's like we've partnered with them, we're collabing, we're getting out there, right? And then we've partnered with ICP and Kyle, and it's just like we're all using our resources together of what everyone's strengths are, and we're coming together to put on something really awesome, not just that benefits ourselves, but benefits everyone else. And so I love that that's what JJ's doing here. And so it's like, it's Meow Wolf. If you guys haven't been to Meow Wolf yet, it was my very first time this last East Denver. And it's just an awesome experience where it involves all the sensories, visual, smelling, sometimes tasting if you go have the food right, just like listening, all these different things. And so it's like we can do that. We can do that here in Web3 with all of the tech that we have, all of the artists, the creators, the event planners, the content creators. We need you all. So really this is like, hey, who wants to be involved? The ones who are going to be involved are going to get to benefit from this. So if you want to do this, reach out. This is what we're doing. JJ has the deck. We don't got to worry about the deck. We have that. All we got to worry about is getting our butts involved, and then also like looking for ways where we can fundraise and bring this to life, right? And it's not just like, okay, we got 30 million and we have the whole museum, right? Like she said, it's just in chunks, right? It's little pieces first. So what is the first thing that we're gonna do, JJ? Is it more so we're looking at like the metaverse concept first? Is that first, or is it gonna be more like having the mansion with the little rooms at Art Basel? Like what exactly is the first thing that we need people to come together for?
So I think the first thing would be initially thinking of any of the companies that you may know that would benefit from being a part of something like this, right? And would love to support something like it, right? And then that way we have an initial budget, because it's hard whenever you are wanting to push a concept where it's all just, forward looking statements. We want to be able to say like, hey, we have this funded for you guys, let's go for it. And so I think that, thinking of those type of partners, right? So maybe thinking of those here until the next episode, and then coming back with any suggestions, that would be really valuable. And then let's get in touch with your metaverse guy, because we can start building out the metaverse space and integrate that into the content that we want to film series wise. And then whoever we do for the streaming, we would end up being able to, yeah, I mean, I guess that may be a good way. And if that's going to be Rad, yeah, I mean, Rad would be perfect for this, right? So getting that content streamed where we're also kind of showcasing the process of building the metaverse too. It's a fun, entertaining component. People can add input as to like, oh, hey, we should put this in that pavilion or this in the other. And so we will build out that metaverse pavilion first. And I think, probably launching the contest as soon as we have like a streaming sponsor, right? So someone that would want to sponsor that content being made, and then we launch the Elemental Creator Challenge and we host it. We probably do a weekly, maybe more, maybe less, depending on what leg of the competition we're in. But then we would host that show every week, and then eventually that would turn into like a real TV series where we're, coming to the artists with camera crews and filming them and stuff eventually. So.
Oh my gosh, the real world, Web3.
Yeah, it's like Project Runway and the real world, and like, I don't know, what's a tech innovation show? Like,
I don't know. I'm just thinking of like, those other competition shows, the Bake Off, yeah, Project Runway, Next Top Model, like, all those things. So it's like, how fun is that? We can bring that concept that into Web3, and like let's do it. Let's do it with these artists. So okay, Creatress, I'll go over to you. I also want to check in with Rad TV and if Kyle's there too, and see what they think. But go ahead, Creatress.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many things. I'm so excited. I almost rugged the space trying to push buttons over here. Oh my gosh. I just had to say, we had a comment from the audience from Authored Still, who's one of our favorite listeners, and he said, "This space has upgraded my brain." LOL.
Wow, what an amazing compliment. Oh my gosh, thank you, Authored. I mean, we have definitely brought up some incredible speakers today. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I just had to share that. Also, I want to say, JJ, everything you're talking about, like kind of a concept for how we would run the competition, just so everybody knows. Like, if you're looking at our live stream, which is pinned up top, you can get an idea of how we're gonna do it, right? So when we run the live shows, right, for the contest, and we're still working all this out, but this part we're pretty sure about is how we would have the creators join the stream, just like we are on stream right now. You can see me, Val, JJ. We can have up to 10 people on stream at once. So this is kind of how we're going to run that part of the virtual, contest showcase. I'm not exactly sure what we're calling it, but that's just just so you guys get an idea. This is kind of how we're going to run it. Yeah, no, I've got questions, I've got comments, but I'm gonna refrain because this is just your first look, guys. This is all your first look at the Holotopium project. So we're not gonna give you everything yet, but I am curious if Kyle or Tony have anything they want to add or any initial thoughts before we start wrapping up.
I mean, it sounds super exciting. I mean, I think we should probably have a follow-up call and talk a little bit more deeply about it. Obviously, because we partnered on events in the past, so probably some things we can do. But we should definitely have a follow-up kind of deep dive on it. So maybe early next week. But yeah, we can follow up after.
Sounds
very
awesome.
exciting though.
Thank you. We appreciate the feedback, and yeah, I mean, you already have seen JJ in action, so you probably are not even surprised whatsoever by this.
No, we're ready to go. Like, let's do another one.
I love it.
And JJ, there would be a metaverse I could connect you to. It'd be called Yuku app. So I could DM that to you. They do like spaces and stuff like for like events and stuff right now. But it might be good to kind of like just get like an idea of what they could provide at this time, because the metaverse that I work on is going to be like much down the road. So Outpost is like super like geeky features that's going to take like another 18 months to put out. So but yeah, like I would say Yuku would be like something you could do like almost immediately right now.
I was also gonna add too. I mean, that's awesome, Kyle. Thank you for the recommendation. But I was gonna say, hey, you got the swap. You got your digital magazine. I mean, we could include the digital magazine into what we're doing. And I know you do content too. So if you wanted to throw and be a part of the content team, shoot. I mean, Kyle, you could be involved yourself. So just putting it out there. We can all collab. But yeah, we'll definitely keep everyone updated on what's happening. And yeah, just I guess yeah, we got so much. We got so much to do, and so many people that like I think of like who could be involved. And so if you guys know someone who would be perfect for this, they're an artist, they have some sort of creativity or talent that they can include and bring value, tell them, share the space with them. They can listen to the recording, or would be happy to, chat with them and fill them in on what's going on. So yeah, don't be afraid to share this out. With the more eyes, the bigger things we can do, and the funding, even the funding, to do something super awesome and wonderful like this for the world, honestly, for the world, for the space, and for humanity to leave that legacy behind of what this space is about, everything that we're doing. Why are we here? Why are we creating? Why are we degenning? Like what is so special about this space that we're on a Twitter space today? You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to come in. Why are we here? What is the legacy we're leaving behind? Who's going to see what we've been doing and building for generations to come? And so our version of Web3 Meow Wolf is kind of that encapsulated. It's just one of the many things. So if this sounds pretty rad to you guys, feel free to please reach out.
There's layers to this. There's layers to this.
There's
That's all I gotta
layers.
say. If anybody, we are going to close up this space here in just a minute. Well, let's say 5 minutes, okay? Because everybody's got things to share right at the end. So if you're listening and you want to ask any questions, share some comments, you got an event going on we need to know about, you're free to come up here, just request. Happy to hear. I do want to say a shout out that I can think of already is to 10KTF, who's in the audience. They sponsored our latest uniforms, or like cool like show merch, I guess. They're not really uniforms. That's uniforms makes it sound weird. It's not uniforms, but it's like cool merch that we got, cool gear, matching gear for their layers to this. So shout out to our sponsored 10KTF. They have a show on Tuesdays as well. It's in about an hour or two. I follow them so you can see, but it's exactly at 6:15 PST. So if you liked this show, you might like that show. It is informational. It is pretty specific and focused on 10KTF, the project. So if you want to learn about that, there's a lot to learn. It's one of those projects that's got a lot of lore and things going on at all the times. So it's pretty cool. I'm part of that community. I got in thanks to a giveaway. So shout out to the giveaways, y'all. Don't fake the giveaways because you can win some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, just gotta give a shout out to them because they Keegan is hosting later today. And then the other thing I wanted to share was, speaking of giveaways, I saw a bunch of you entered the giveaway. So everybody who's here who entered our ICP giveaway for 100 CKBTC, thanks for joining. Like we said, we will pick the winner once we have 50 entries, and then we will announce it. Come back next week. We're going to talk a bit more about the ICP event that we're putting on in New York. We'll have more information to give you, although Valerie did tell you it's on 4/4, between 1 and 4. So I feel like and she even said where it's going to be. So, but come back next week. We'll have flyers. We'll have it all written out for you so you can add it to your calendar. You can still enter the giveaway at any given point. All right. Just tweet out with the hashtag, just like we put it on there. If you put it on this thread, it's even better because it makes it easier for us to find you. If you go into the open chat, then you're really in, because that's where giveaways can happen within chat and all that stuff. Let's see. Anything else that we forgot that we should share about? This has been a really good finale episode, by the way.
Yes, no, this is awesome. Speaking of raffles, we got a raffle giveaway to happen with Pudgy Penguins. I've got the Pudgy Penguins plushies. I think I'll just make this into one. I think this is I'm gonna give one special person these plushies. And I think the way we'll do it is a Twitter picker. Let's do a Twitter picker.
I forgot about the giveaway. Yes. Okay, guys, everybody wake up. Everybody wake up. I know you're falling asleep. You're like, oh, the space is almost over. Time to pack it up. No. If you haven't retweeted the space, go retweet the space right now. Right now. You
yes.
Like 30 seconds.
Yes. So if you want to be part of this giveaway, there's going to be a couple, right? I'm doing a giveaway. Creature's going to do a giveaway. This is separate from the ICP giveaway, okay? Because ICP is like a 4-series giveaway here, but we're doing a giveaway for the show today for the finale, and so I'm going to give away Pudgy Penguin plushies. There's a big one and a medium size that's like a keychain. So I'll give this as a duo. It's like that little mini me. I think there's a picture if we want to pin it up. Oh, Creatrix is showing it on the live stream, but if we can also pin it up so people can kind of see, these are collectibles. I'm also going to throw in these coasters, these Pudgy Penguin coasters that are also they're not out. They were just a collectible you could have received if you went to their little mixer party at ETH Denver. It was such a good time. And so I've got some Pudgies that I'm hanging on to, but I'm feeling really, really grateful for the show and for everyone who's attended and who are just fans of the show. So I'll do a giveaway. So yeah, I guess let's see how many people we've had. Oh, I just saw there was 9 and it went up to 10. So 10 reposts. So if you've reposted, then you may be a winner. And so I'll DM you if you're the winner. I'll DM you. If you're comfortable just sharing your address, because I will mail this to you. This is on me. You do not have to pay anything. I will pay for shipping and packaging. So don't worry about that. That is on me. So I don't know, Creatrix, do we want to do this giveaway or should we talk about your giveaway? Should we give people more time to retweet this?
No, I'm gonna pull up the Twitter picker right now. You just have to retweet the space. I'm gonna pull it up right now, and we will announce the winner, Twitter picker, and yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna tell you right now. There's not that many of you in here, so your chances are really good. So let's see here. Val, you talk while I pull this up, please.
Okay, so thank you. Today's show, There's Layers to This, is sponsored by ICP. Our outfits are sponsored by 10KTF. We're super thankful for our guests today. We had an amazing Tony from Rad TV. We had Stoffax, aka Kyle, who's representing the swap and who's an amazing educator and content. Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was unmuted. Okay, sorry. The winner is Peg Moore.
Peg!
Let's go.
Woo! Peg, you are the lovely winner.
All right,
I love Peg. Peg is an awesome woman. If you don't follow her yet, go follow her. She's a queen herself and also does amazing content. You know, she's awesome. So Peg, you have won the Pudgy Penguin plushies, and so I will send you a DM right after the show. I'll get your information. I'll take care of, like I said, all the shipping and packaging fees, and you get to snuggle up with these Pudgy Penguins. So congrats, Peg. We'll love you. I will see you in New York. Peg lives in New York. Sorry, I didn't mean to dox you like that if you didn't want, but I think most people know. But I will see you in New York for NFT NYC. Me and Creatrix are going to be out there. So, Peg, we need to meet up. It's been too long since I've seen you.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Congrats to the winner. And I'm loading up and picking one more person. And this person's going to win a NFT from me that I will send them on Tezos because we love a layer 2. Because we love that the fees are low, right? Okay, why is my Twitter picker not working, guys? Okay, all right, okay, hang on. I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna pick someone on the stream. My eyes are closed. I'm just gonna, let's see who's okay, I'm pretty much on Rad. No, sorry, Rad. I'm just kidding. Cameron, you hit me up and send me your Tezos wallet. You got it. I literally just closed my eyes and put my finger on the screen. The Twitter picker wasn't working. So Cameron, I know you're listening from the Rat account, so you'd send me your Tezos address and I will send that. And we appreciate all of you for being here, listening, commenting, all the things. Please come back. Next Tuesday is episode 1 of season 4. Cuatro. Guys, we're moving on to season 4 next week. So please come back, be part of that season. I do have one more giveaway will be given out. I will announce that on Twitter from the people that bought our free NFT or that collected our free NFT on Zora also. And they will also be getting a 3D sculpture from me on Tezos. Valerie, last words.
Man, if you've been following us since the beginning, from season 1, episode 1, you probably have recognized the intense energy and momentum we have had just within the past month, and it's by no luck. It's by no luck. It's really thanks to you who have supported us throughout the show, and just literally all the collabs, all the partnerships, all the people it takes to keep producing a show like this, and also getting paid for what we do. So it's just been awesome that these opportunities have happened. For There's layers to this, but also we'd love to support you. So if you've got a project you're working on, you've got something that's dear to your heart, you want to have more exposure, you want to be on guest, you want to talk about what you're doing, we're always looking for creators to uplift as well. So feel free to reach out. And if you have any questions about today's guests or today's topics, we're open to that too. Feel free to reach out. Make sure you follow everyone who's in this room, not just on stage, but everyone in this room. We appreciate you. We know you could have been anywhere else today, but you gave us 2 hours. This show went 2 hours, baby. That's just, we got a lot. We got a lot. And so please come back next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, same time, same place, here on X Spaces. And we're multicasting everywhere else. But thank you so much. I'll bring it over to Tony if he has any last words. Then we'll go over to Kyle, then a JJ, and then we'll leave it with Creatures.
No, this is awesome. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. And, definitely excited to continue the conversation about potential events and then, of course, making some noise around your content online and on the apps and in partnership with Sony. And so let's go. Thank you again.
Thank you for being here. Kyle, Stoff of Axe? Is that right?
So I see Shasty's like having some issues. I'm gonna DM him or them make sure like everything's good there, but that's definitely not the Internet Identity site that you went to. So like we'll figure that out, because Internet Identity looks just exactly like as I pictured in the photo, and then the desktop version looks like another one that I'll share. But Internet Identity is secure, so whatever, if you search like a different link or clicked on a different link, we'll get that figured out. So I'll message you. But yeah, appreciate you all having me on, and looking forward to seeing you both in NYC here in the next like 2 weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I did see a comment of someone who was having trouble. So yeah, guys, remember, click the official link. It's in the tweet. Don't Google anything that might be a security risk in general. And I'm not just talking about this, but for sure, yes, go to the correct official channels anytime you're doing anything like this. And Kyle, thank you for your help. Appreciate you being here. Tony, thank you so much. JJ, any last parting words you want to leave us with before we close out?
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone has any questions or any projects or artists that they think would be, good fits for the exhibition that we're talking about, feel free to DM me, you guys. My DMs are open. I'm the Nifty Oracle on Twitter and Illumination by JJ on Instagram. So feel free to reach out, and I look forward to, creating some magic with everyone. This is going to be so amazing, you guys.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be dope. The rest of this year is really shaping up to be really cool. So yeah, everybody stay tuned. Thank you so much. Shout out to the homies for being here. Hard Art got to hang out in Denver. We're gonna get to hang out in New York, I hope. Pong, we're gonna see you in New York. Quasar, y'all, DJ. I hope to see you DJing out in New York. If not, maybe part of our event, you know. I'm just excited. Appreciate everybody. Everyone have a good one. And yes, we'll see you next Tuesday.